Hi, my name is Kylin Munoz. I'm the Associate Head Coach for Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah, and today we are going to go over serving. Let me move this little box down here real quick. Okay, serving. Most importantly, it's a close skill. I think we overlook serving a ton. Close skill means that we have complete control over our skill. There's no other variable. So it's really important that we're mentally tough and we can create a tough serve. Another principle is serving is like throwing. We want a torque. So torque is the motion if you were to do like a Russian twist, that twisting. That's how we're going to generate power rather than piking, which is like a sit-up. And then with any principle in volleyball, simple is better than complex because it is repeatable. Pre-serve ritual. So I urge all student athletes, all players of the game to have a pre-serve ritual. And what that means is that you're going to go back when you are on the service line and you're going to assess the game. You're going to know your target. You're going to be confident where you want the ball to go. In order to have confidence, you're going to take a breath and a positive thought, and you're going to visualize the ball in flight going to that target with the desired serve you want. And some of our players, they'll have kind of a ritual of, hey, they're going to bounce the ball 3 times, or they're going to say a specific sentence in their head. So let's go ahead and let's look at JSA. We're the white team over here. This is our home game in 2019 against UC Davis. So I just want to take a look at her pre-serve ritual here. She bounces the ball and she spins it. We were targeting, that was a new passer 15. So she targeted the passer, okay? So same thing, she's gonna do the exact same pre-serve ritual. 3 bounces and a spin, okay? And when we're assessing the game, we already know who we're gonna target. But we also give our players confidence that they can just go back and rip a serve. And so we try to get the ball in these seams between passers. And we try to give hitters trouble, which means that we want to overload them with responsibilities during the rally by passing and having to hit. Let's see if I can move forward. Okay, let's go over some arm work. We want to have a bow and arrow and be standing at a 45-degree angle. We're going to have the ball in one hand. So I'm going to talk about as if you're right-handed. Everything's opposite if you're a lefty. So if you're right-handed, we're going to have the ball in our left hand and we're going to have our right shoulder back. And we're going to place the ball in front of our hitting arm. So let's take a look at Kristen. Oh, before we do that, let's talk about contact. So once we get a good toss in front of us, we want to contact the ball on the heel of our hand. This is the heel. And we want our fingers peeled back so there's lots of tension. Okay, and then if we were to look at the volleyball, we want to hit the ball right there on the D of bottom. Okay, so we're going to hit the ball consistently the same place over and over again. I love serving because it's a skill that you can get a lot of feedback on your own. You can coach yourself by holding your contact during practice, and you can see by the spin of the ball or where the ball went, you can know where you contacted. Okay, so let's take a look at Kristen, all conference outside. Here she is practicing serving, and we're gonna first watch her toss, okay? She's placing the ball in front of her hitting shoulder. I love that toss. It's repeatable. It's a good height. Now let's take a look at her torque. Okay, she's opening up in a bow and arrow and closing. I like that her shoulder's down. So serving, just like throwing. Good job, Kristen. Okay, next, let's talk about some footwork. So you can do whatever feels best. We want you to be confident. So if you feel best with a one-handed toss, go for it. 2 hands, we're going to show you how to do that as well. So if you're a righty, you want to toss with one hand, you're going to have your left foot forward. You're going to toss it with your left hand. If you decide to do a two-handed toss, we're going to start with our right foot forward. And we're going to step, step, toss, and then finish our four-step approach, like spiking. And again, we want simple movements. So we don't want to drop our arms when we're serving. Let's go ahead and look at Jace's footwork. Again, this is the same match against UC Davis. She served great this match. And what I really like in this clip is that her footwork and her toss, they're all in line. And especially with this line right here on our floor, we can see how this is a repeatable serve. And she gets an ace. Jasa doesn't only serve aces. These are just clips that we showed, but she's a great server because she follows all these principles. And we'll watch this serve again. She does the same pre-serve ritual. She gets a good toss. She's all in line. Okay, let's move on. So now we're just ranking priorities of our serve. Number one priority is we want to make the ball dance. We want it to float, which means we need to hit it with the heel of our hand. Two, we really want to generate a flat serve. We want to drive the serve, which means that it needs to be below the height of the antenna. And then in our gym, we love to use speed guns to focus on the pace of our serve to make sure it's difficult enough for our opponents. So we're aiming between 38 to 42 miles per hour. That allows us to control our serve so that it's not too fast and out of control, but that it's hard and it's repeatable. And then four, we know our location. We know our game plan going into the serve. So I'm hoping that this was helpful. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and email me. But thanks for taking the time and hope everyone is staying healthy right now.